Turn back ahead. Top 10 Dark Santa urban legends that might actually be true, bro. I'm gonna say that shit again because I read it perfectly and I'm proud of myself. Top 10 Dark Santa urban legends that actually might be true, bro. I just woke up in like a 20-minute nap. That was random. Anyway, I know Christmas passed. And I see this little thing say Krampus. Ooh. Might have to check that little scary shit out. But let's go ahead and get into the vid, man.
The holiday season is here, but despite all of the cheer, today we are looking into the dark and grim. Whether it's folklore from around the world, a creepy—
Do y'all believe in Santa? Do I? No. I used to. But until that nigga stopped showing up. That nigga stopped showing up. So, I'm like, you know what, nigga? You don't exist. Do he exist? No, kids. He don't. It's your mama and your motherfucking daddy. Is this a black woman?
Christmas urban legend or a holiday cautionary tale. Let's get right into it. Here are the top 10 dark Santa urban legends that might actually be true.
How many people do the most amazing top 10 people hire? Like, they got like 30 different people be doing it.
Starting off in our number 10 spot, we have Snickle. Snickle is a monster that comes from German folklore. He appears in old, raggedy clothing and fur, and he carries a switch with him. The strange thing about Snickle is that he also carries candy to reward the good children, which, I mean, good for him for putting in a bit of an effort to not be entirely evil, but I'm not sure if giving out candy as a reward really makes up for the fact that he uses the switch to beat the ones who are being bad.
Exactly.
You know, can't really forget that. I think it might just be best to stick with the classic Santa's lump of coal for the poorly behaved children. In our number 9 spot today, we have Hans Trapp. Hans Trapp is an anti-Santa type character and comes from some regions in France. The story goes that he was actually a real man who was very greedy and evil, and that he worshipped Satan. After being excommunicated from the Catholic Church, he decided to head to the forest where he disguised himself as a scarecrow. I don't know why. From then on, he made it his mission to scare and eat people. One day when he was about to eat a boy, he ended up getting struck by lightning, which was God's way of punishing him. Well, luckily, that ended the mean old man's children-eating ways. Hans Trapp still visits around Christmas time to serve as a reminder of what can happen to naughty children. He remains dressed as a scarecrow so that he can scare the children into behaving well. Interesting tactic. In our number 8 spot today, we have the Yule Cat. The Icelandic Yule Cat, or the Christmas cat, is a pretty mean cat who is probably gonna try and eat you. The Yule Cat originates from the Icelandic tradition where if you finish all of your work, then you will be rewarded with new clothes. But obviously not if you're lazy. The Yule Cat can easily spot the ones who are lazy because of the fact that they'll be wearing old clothes, and this will cause you to end up being sacrificed. The Yule Cat is meant to be a stimulus for children to complete all of their chores, but it is also used as a reminder to children to donate to those who need it. Not sure where the donation part comes in. Making sure that everyone has a new piece of clothing so that the Yule Cat will not mistake the less fortunate for someone lazy. There it is. Alright. I guess that one has a nice lesson at least. In our number 7 spot today, we have Krampus. For this one, we have the evil Christmas legend Krampus. Well, Krampus was made into a 2015 horror comedy movie. There really isn't anything funny about this legend. Krampus is the anti-Santa Claus and really undermines the holiday spirit that we all know and love and look forward to every year. Legend says that Krampus is supposed to scare the kids on the naughty list into behaving better, but it gets really dark when we take a look at how he goes about scaring them. Krampus either beats them with birch branches, which is already gruesome and evil enough, but he will also tie people up in a sack and haul them off to hell. Alright? That's why the sack is so big, full of naughty people. Krampus is mainly a German and Austrian tale, but he is definitely recognized in other countries who have their own versions. I don't know about you, but I'd really rather get a lump of coal under the tree than get kidnapped by Krampus. Alright? I don't think he has mulled wine. In our number 6 spot today, we have Grilla. Grilla is an Icelandic ogress who kidnaps, cooks, and eats those who are misbehaving. I don't know why. A lot of people like to eat people on this list. Apparently, she has extra special abilities that cause her to be able to sense the bad behavior in nearby towns. It's like a sixth sense. Sixth sense. It's hard to say. She will then kidnap them and bring them back to her home where she cooks them into stew, which is her favorite meal. Of course. She is the mother to all of the Yule lads, and apparently she also has had 3 different husbands and has a total...
Ugh, bro, like, what the fuck, bro?
5 naughty facts that'll make you ditch your shower routine. Your loofah is covered in
Dr.
bacteria.
Squash.
All of that dead...
I had to borrow it. I'm
Total of
almost out of it.
72 ogre children. I feel like I'd also probably really hate misbehaving if I had to look after 72 of my own children. Her children are also monsters just like her, and they love to cause trouble. It is said that the Yule Cat that we talked about also lives with Grilla, so she's definitely got a full house. Maybe Grilla just needs a day off, you know? She's got a lot on her plate, it seems. In our number 5 spot today, we have the Grither. What else is up north with St. Nick and all of the elves? You think with all the magic up there would have to be something else that might not be as nice. Well, that is where the Grither comes in. The Grither is big and bad, and he will come to your home if you do one thing wrong. See, the Grither is an ugly beast that lives in a cave. It's said that this cave is the coldest, dampest place in the world. Not where I would build my first home, but the Grither doesn't seem to be bothered by his living situation. He is as tall as a tree and has long, thick arms and fists big enough that they could wrap around your entire head. His skin is see-through, and you can see all of his horrible veins that are plastered throughout his body. But still, all of this is fine with the Grither. He doesn't mind his appearance one bit. I like his body positivity, but what he doesn't like is his name. The Grither's ears are so big that he can hear all the way around the world. Every time someone says his name, he hears them, and his ears grow bigger. If you say his name, which I guess I'm screwed, he will use his big ears to fly to your home. He'll wrap his head...
Bro, like, imagine this shit, bro. Like, look at this. Look at this, nigga. Look. Bro, he's about to rip this woman's fucking brain off, bro. Like,
around your head and Grither you, which is popping your head like a tomato. So, telling that story is a great way to make sure that your kids sleep tight on Christmas Eve, especially because you have to say the name Grither like 13 times just to finish the story, so... it's not looking good for us. In our number 4 spot today, we have Silent Nightmare. This story is a cautionary tale to those who stay up waiting for Santa on Christmas Eve instead of soundly sleeping like they're supposed to be. This story says that staying awake is behavior that can land you on the naughty list. Of course, it's every person's nightmare to end up on the naughty list because who wants a lump of coal waiting for them under the Christmas tree on Christmas morning? Alright, you can tell I'm traumatized by the lump of coal. I don't like it, I don't want it. Well, the story goes that if you stay up waiting for Santa, you are about to meet a fate potentially worse than just a lump of coal. Since Santa knows everything, like when you're sleeping or awake, or if you've been good or...
I remember when I was young, I heard that if you was up when Santa came, he had pepper spray, and he'll whoop you or some shit like that. That shit was funny as hell.
Bad, he'll definitely know if you're trying to sneak a peek of him delivering gifts. Apparently, if you stay awake on Christmas Eve, Santa will throw you in his gift sack and take you all the way back to the North Pole, where he then makes you join all the other elves. After all, how do you think he got all of those elves?
It's crazy because I used to want to be an elf when I was young, too. I used to actually want to be an elf. I thought it would have been a cool job, but now I think it's fucking labor and slavery.
Alright, they don't just appear, they don't just grow on trees, it's gotta get them somewhere. In our number 3 spot today, we have the surprise gone wrong. There's an urban legend about a father who tried to surprise his family by dressing up as Santa Claus, but sadly, it went horribly wrong. It started when the father claimed that he was going to be out of town for Christmas for work, which was a ploy to ensure that nobody suspected a thing. Unfortunately, however, his plan quickly went awry and things turned deadly. The man, as he dressed up as Santa, tried to climb down the chimney, really play the part. But this is when he got stuck. Sadly, the story goes that he was stuck there for so long without anyone finding him that he ran out of air being trapped here and passed away. Once the family went to light a fire in the fireplace and could smell a strange smell, they finally realized the horror of what had happened. Alright, it's a dark Christmas urban legend. Thankfully, just a legend as far as we can tell, but still, don't go in any chimneys, just to be safe. The good old sneak 'em under the tree will do just fine, I think. In our number 2 spot today, we have Santa's true identity. There's quite a famous urban legend out there that suggests that good old Santa Claus is actually just Satan in disguise. I know, right? He sure had me fooled. The idea behind this one was created when someone started drawing some parallels between the two. I mean, both have a thing for red, they can fly, and I mean, Satan, Santa, That's a typo that anyone could make. Despite these convenient coincidences, don't get too skeptical of old Saint Nick. Turns out that Santa Claus is actually derived from Sinterklaas, which is the Dutch word for Saint Nicholas. Not actually anything to do with Satan or the devil. It's a good story if you're trying to freak someone out, though. In our number 1 spot today, we have Frau Percheda. This legend comes from Germany and Austria, and the legend of Frau Percheda is a terrifying one. Also known as the belly slitter, this evil Christmas creature takes the lives of her targets by opening up their stomachs and stuffing them with straw and stones. She also likes to eat people, just to top it all off. You might be wondering who her victims are, and those would be people with dirty homes, those who worked during the 12 days of Christmas, or, of course, the worst, those with bad behavior. That's awful enough to land them on the naughty list, but it is said that her absolute least favorite kind of person is someone who is lazy. Alright? All in all, it's safe to say you better not get on Frau Percheda's bad side, or else instead of delicious food, you'll find your belly full of straw and stones. Or worse, you'll find yourself inside of the belly of the beast herself. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thanks so much for checking it out. I hope you have an awesome...
Man, she said she don't like lazy motherfuckers. I mean, I don't either, but I want to go.